Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is the review show on Inside the Booth. I am Dan the Law Arena. And today, right now, we got Tony. Tony! From Darken Bay 327. And don't forget, everybody, go follow his YouTube channel. It's in the comment section down below. So are two other people that are not here with us today right now.
So don't follow them. Follow them.
Yeah. Follow Tony. He's here.
I showed up.
That's right. He's here. No one else is. I got my mom here tonight. Hey, Mom, how you doing? Sheila? And we got the music playing still. I should have turned that off. Sorry about that. It's kind of one of those relaxing elevator style music, right?
Yeah,
you're sitting in an elevator. You're just kind of sitting there.
So relaxing.
Fall asleep. There you go.
On the show.
Make our own show. That's right. So yeah, tonight we're just talking geeky stuff, I guess, and we'll get it started with, I don't know, whatever we want. New movies, old movies, woke movies, no movies, no woke movies. I don't know. We're just gonna talk, everybody. And if you're here for the ride, join in. Leave some messages. Tell us what you think. And what have you?
Yeah.
So Tony, let's talk about a new movie that you haven't seen. Compare it to an old movie that you have seen. How about that?
I haven't seen it. How would I compare it?
Well, I guess we can't compare. I guess we'll talk about the old movie that the new movie made happen. What about Twisters? You seen I didn't see Twisters. Did you see Twisters?
The new one, no.
No. I heard it was good.
Yeah.
But I also heard it wasn't that great. So I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem too interesting to me. Did you like the trailer for it?
Not really.
Yeah, me either.
No.
I didn't think it was that interesting.
Is this a remake of the Jodie Foster movie?
No, apparently it's totally different. That's what someone told me. And it's good. But then I watched something where it said that it's basically the same thing.
Jason.
Just like a remake of it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not like a sequel. But maybe it is a sequel. I don't know.
We should find out more.
Ugh. Like I said this earlier.
Bad if it tastes so bad.
You got to have a little moxie to be able to drink this moxie. Let me tell you what. This stuff tastes.
He keeps drinking it and see how bad it tastes.
I don't know. It's one of those flavors that you just got to keep drinking it. Maybe it'll taste better after the end. I don't know.
Oh, is
it's
it
okay.
ginseng root? Ginseng? Is that the name of the root in there?
Oh, maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, maybe. Anyways, it's kind of gross. It tastes like, I don't know, like some kind of something from the dirt, but at the same time it has like this gum, like a bubble gum taste almost, but not strong bubble gum. It's like a fake bubble gum.
So like a piece of bubble gum that fell on the ground from somebody else chewing it, and you pick it up and put it in your mouth.
Probably. I think that's what the taste is. Yeah. And some sugar cane. So it's not purified sugar. It's just sugar cane. So.
Well, sugar cane has a different flavor as well. I remember when I was in Jamaica, I had a Diet Coke, and it tasted completely different.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's what it is. Maybe that's what gives the flavor. I don't know. And it said caramel coloring, so I don't. That's probably like fake stuff to make it look like a Coke, I guess, but has doesn't taste nothing like it. It's one of those. Yeah, you know how it is. Everybody out there watching, you know how it is. You get one of those flavors that's like really gross, and but you keep drinking it or you keep tasting it just to see was that gross or was it not gross. I don't know. Let's just keep eating it or drinking it.
I think
Until
it's time for you to go see a doctor.
yeah. Right. Yeah, I probably do need to see a doctor.
Tell him, Sheila.
That's right. I got more problems than yeah. So this light doesn't make me look tan at all. I had some sun today. Like you have color in your skin in your video. Like I got no color in my skin in my video. Why is that?
You're kind of
Is my
pale.
light? My light
Probably.
sucks. Let's change the light color. That didn't help. What if I just turn this on? Does that help?
A little bit. Now you're washed out, though. I think it's too much light.
Yeah, it's weird. Hey, Uncle Mike. How you doing? Thanks for watching,
Hey.
Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike is funny. He likes to copy people. It's hilarious. So, how did you like the movie Twister, the first one?
I would like the first one. I mean, it was a long time ago,
Right. I think I only saw it twice.
What year did the original come out? Do we know?
That's a good question.
Let's look it up.
Yes. 96.
Okay. So, yeah, that was still the early stages of...
Yeah, with Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt, yeah, not Jodie Foster. I was thinking of the other alien movie she was in. Contact. Why? I don't know.
What were you thinking of?
I got her confused. The actress.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, it was fine. It wasn't, anything extra special. Not too memorable, but so I don't know.
The only thing I remember is they were chasing a tornado, right?
Yeah.
And they were trying to put these little balls in the tornado so they could figure out how the tornado works or something.
Yeah.
And then I remember at the end, they're holding on to like a pipe in a little shed, and they're flying kind of like in the air, their feet in the air, and they get to experience the center of the tornado.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is nothing. It's just super calm, right?
Right, yeah. Which was like a calming whatever. But they experienced it for like 3 seconds, right? Or something like that. And then because it's moving. Can't experience it forever, So I would think this the Twisters movie that just came out, it's basically the same thing, right? You're chasing tornadoes.
I think so. I don't know. I saw just that one trailer. It didn't do much for me, but
right.
Let us know in the comments if you've seen it and if you liked it or not.
Right.
So here's one for you. The Crow.
Yeah. The Crow. Yeah, that just came out, didn't it?
Uh-huh.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not interested in seeing the new one because it's not Brandon Lee,
I know.
Brandon Lee was the Crow.
Yeah.
That's the Crow. And this other guy's makeup was just weird looking. I wish I had some pictures I could pull up. But I don't. Let's look at it. The Crow.
I tell you, the original was one of my favorites at the time. I mean, I still have, fond memories of it. I haven't watched it in a long time, but it's a good movie, I mean,
Right.
maybe if I watch it again, it won't hold up, but back then it really made an impact on me, and of course there was a whole thing about Brandon dying during filming, and then them reusing a scene in another part of the movie, just so
Right.
they could finish the movie. But yeah, the overall concept was pretty heartbreaking.
Yeah. What's going on with my computer? Ay.
I've heard, I don't know, but I've heard that the new one's not doing very well.
Oh no. It has from IMDb, it has a 2.5-star rating out of 5. So it's half good. Half of it is good.
The worst movie of the year. Wow.
Is that what it says?
That's pretty bad.
Oh, Rotten Tomatoes has a 1-star rating.
Yikes.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. But the original, when did it come out? 1994?
Yeah,
So
94.
I was still
2024. Yeah. 94. Hey, Phil. Phil TMNT. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Phil?
How's your karate doing? Karate. Or jinjitsu, or whatever you call it. Hukatawana. Papa. Some kind of karate. Yeah.
Yeah, the original Crow.
Yeah, the original Crow was good. I remember that one. I don't remember it all that much, probably because, yeah,
It's been
it was a long
30
time
years.
ago. Yeah, exactly. 30 years later, you got the Crow. The new Crow. But the ratings are pretty bad. So I guess, what were the ratings for the first one? Rotten Tomatoes, 86%. Ooh. First one did way better than the new one. The new one's
It's
not
really,
doing so hot.
I don't understand. I mean, I don't even begin to profess that I could make a movie, right? Or even come up with a new original story. I can't. I just. But it seems like those in the film industry, like, I don't understand why they're just redoing old movies or old stories, rehashing
They don't
them.
want to make money, I guess.
Or they can't come up with anything new. I don't know.
What's
Dennis.
up, fellas? What's up, Dennis? Hey, Dennis, if you want to join us, let me know. I'll send you a link. You can join us talking about stuff.
Stuff. And you're still drinking.
Yummy yuck.
It's like they're drinking cough syrup or something. I don't know why.
Yeah. There you go. It's like cough syrup. Yeah. Maybe that's where some of that taste is. It's like this gross cough syrup. It's Moxie, baby. Moxie. Gotta have a little Moxie.
You just like the name of it.
Is Moxie like a 1920s term?
Could be.
It means
so,
to encourage
old movies and new movies. I want to see the new Aliens. I have not seen it yet, but I do.
Right, the new one. It's supposed to be like a prequel, isn't it?
Yes.
It's like what happened before
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. How'd you say your name?
Sigourney Weaver?
Sigourney. How come I can't say it?
I don't know.
Yes, her.
Yeah, the first two were really great. And I watched, there's another guy on YouTube that does a lot of reviews, Eric Voss from New Rock Stars. You ever watched him?
Don't think I have watched it.
He's really good. But he kind of broke down like all of the Alien franchise movies and even I think a game. So
okay.
in like 30 minutes, he broke it all down so you could get a gist of when this happens in the timeline and kind of what's going on before and after it.
Right.
I didn't realize there's a couple of others that I haven't seen. Kind of talk about the origin of the alien came from,
Right. I think the last one I saw was Aliens versus Predator.
Yeah.
And I think that was it for me. I didn't follow the lore or anything,
Yeah, I haven't followed it real closely, but I do. Those were pretty groundbreaking movies at the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely want to see the new one.
Yeah, it looks good for sure. I got to catch up on the old ones though, because I don't really remember too much. Again, I was young, and the first Alien movie was kind of scary to me, so I didn't really keep up with it. But then when Alien versus Predator came out, I watched it because I was a bit older. I was more of a teenager then, and so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, the original came out in 1979, so I mean,
yeah. I'm going to send Dennis. Oh man, a link. I didn't have it copied for some reason. So if he wants to join us, he can. He doesn't have to though. So sorry for being so slow. Here we go. There. Sent it to you, Dennis, if you're still here. And if you want to join us, you can. Yeah, okay, so I guess the big one, obviously, was Wolverine and Deadpool. And I did see that, and we did have... I did talk about it. We did have a spoiler review. And that spoiler review got a lot of traction, actually.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. I had the word woke in there. And I spoiled. I guess I spoiled the movie with the thumbnail. Some people didn't want to, or some people got mad at me for putting a couple of the side characters on the thumbnail. But it was already 2 weeks in, so I didn't care. Dennis said, "Not tonight. He's off to bed soon." So,
nah, I got it.
Well, thanks, Dennis, for watching for a little bit. Saying, "What's that?" So yeah, so I spoiled that movie. For those of you who saw that review, it was fun. Um, yeah, and that's it. That's the one I saw. I was gonna see the other movie there. Um, I don't even remember the name of it. It was a kids movie, I think it was. But I forgot to watch it. Oh, it was Inside Out 2. That's what I
Oh yeah,
wanted to watch because people liked it. I guess.
I heard the first one was really good. I haven't seen either one of them.
Yeah, the first one was all right. It was. I just did a review with Tabitha on that one last
Yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah, for the first one because I didn't see the second one. So,
Ah,
but yeah, that movie was all right. It was pretty good. The only thing that weirds me out is like, the concept of having little people inside your brain controlling how you think and what you do. It's just. I mean, I get it. It's a kids movie, and it helps kids to think, oh, hey, don't let anger control you or something. Like
right.
don't let that little angry guy control you. But yeah, other than that, I'm like,
And with
that's
little
an all
people
right
in my
movie.
head.
Yeah, there's little people in my head. Yeah, like if you're a kid, uh, that's what it would be like, right? Like, I mean, would a kid really think like, oh, I wonder if that's how it really happens inside my head? You know? Oh, by the way, my hair's growing back finally. You see that?
I do.
I say finally. I shaved it. What was it? A week and a half ago. Yeah,
After your Munchkin outfit.
yeah, that's right. That's right. That was a good. That was fun actually. Our church did a block party, so
Okay.
that was a fun. It was a fun little block party. Got to dress up and run around and talk to people and be in character the whole time.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looked great.
Thank you. I try my best. It was a
Sure.
store bought costume though, so I tried making it look. The haircut made it look better.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
It
the
definitely
haircut.
had a punch to it. Yeah.
It did. Um, I don't know if we're gonna do it again next year, but we'll probably do it again the following year after, because we're gonna look to do different themes, and then
Mhm.
like switch every 1, 2 to 3 years, switch on and off of the same themes that we've been going with, right?
Yeah.
Or we might stick with the one theme and do it every year. I don't know. If we do though, I'm gonna start making costumes.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I want to do a Tin Man and a Scarecrow. Definitely have to buy the lion costume though. I would not be able to do that.
Yeah, that one would be rough.
Yeah, but you can't buy a cheap one. You got to buy like a more upscaled, expensive one because it's a lion.
Right. Well, that's a new movie that's coming out, right? Wicked.
Oh, Wicked. Yeah, yeah. It actually has nothing to do with. Uh, it does have to do with Wizard of Oz, but it has nothing to do with Wizard of Oz. You know what it reminds me of? It
What?
reminds me of a Disney teenage high school Disney movie. Like one of those teen high school Disney movies. You've seen those before, right?
Oh God,
My
yeah.
kid,
My
my kids
daughter.
watch them all the. Yeah, my kids watch them
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah. They grew up on all that.
So
Efron, the High School Musical, all that stuff.
right, yeah, exactly. So that's what it's pretty much like. It's about the Wicked Witch who's got green skin, and she
Right.
is like being what is it called?
Initiated.
Uh, no, like
Made fun
oh,
of.
she's got green skin. Oh, she's the only
Yeah.
green skinned person here, or like
Right.
like I can't think of the name of it. There's terms. I know there is. It's like, it's like that whole black people thing, like, oh, they need to be represented or something. So this person is green skin instead of a black person. It's, it's
Have you
kinda
seen
dumb.
have you seen the play?
I have not seen the play. It's probably the same thing.
It was really
That's
good.
probably where they. Yeah, is that where it came from?
I would imagine, yeah. It's a film version of the play.
Right.
I saw it in
That's
New
probably
York.
why they're singing in it.
Right.
So if you liked it, I guess you might like the movie. Um, I don't know if I would, because I just don't. I don't think. I don't know. There's something about it that tells me to myself that I don't even need to know this. The Wicked Witch is evil. The Good Witch is not evil. I guess. I mean, I don't know how a witch could be good, but there you go. You got the fairy lady witch. That's not evil. So it's like it's strange, the weirdest thing ever. But I guess the
Don't want
Wicked
to
Witch is.
you don't want to empathize with
Yeah, I
the
mean, why
bad.
do you have to? I mean, Disney's been doing it for years now. Like who cares? Why can't bad be bad and good be good? Why do you have to
Mhm.
be like, oh, this is how they turned bad? See, feel bad for that person. It's like, no, why should I feel bad for someone who's doing evil stuff? They chose to do it. So, yeah. I mean, I get it. No bullying around, or like, don't be a bully, basically.
Right.
Because if you're not a bully to that person, they won't end up shooting up a school or something. It's probably not the right analogy, but you know. Yeah. So there we go. That would be an interesting movie. Wicked. I probably would. I might watch it just because it has to do with Wizard of Oz. Because I do like Wizard of Oz. It's kind of a fun movie.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Did you
was pleasantly
notice?
surprised by the story. I thought they did a really good job of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Did you know? I think Wizard of Oz, the original movie, was supposed to be some kind of comedy or something, right? Because it has like comical stuff in it. So I don't know if it's supposed to be a full comedy, but it does have some comedy in it. Um,
Who knows, man? Some of those old Disney movies were pretty creepy.
right. I
I
don't
mean,
think Wizard
really,
of
you go
Oz
back.
was Disney.
Oh,
I think Wizard of Oz is Warner Brothers, right? With the lion
oh,
that
okay.
roars in the front. Rawr.
Well, anyway, all those old movies back
Right.
then,
Yeah,
they were
I
always
got you.
weird.
They were weird. You're right.
They always threw in some of these strange. I don't know. I always feel like when I'm watching it, I'm like, how am I? I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this character, or you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't. I'm not sure.
Right.
Yeah,
No, I got you.
I remember when my girls were real little, I got Snow White, the cartoon, right?
Right.
And I tried to watch it with them. Boy, they did not like it at all.
No,
Mm-mm.
well, because of the mean lady there,
Yeah,
the
I think that was
witch.
part. Yeah.
Gross to the last drop.
So weird.
It is. That's all right. I got a bottle of water now. Um, Yeah. So okay, so Wizard of Oz movie came out in 1939. Did you know that was the first color movie ever
Right.
made?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And they brought, and it's funny how they brought color into the movie because, they start off black and white,
Yeah.
and then when they get in, it's cool. I thought it was very genius how they did that.
No doubt.
They're like,
They're
we
gonna
got the,
you're gonna do it, man. Do it all the way. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
right, make it big. Go big
Uh-huh.
or go home.
I'm
So,
sure that was pretty amazing for people back then.
yeah. So one of the things I thought was funny of Wizard of Oz, when you watch the movie, the Dorothy and all the three characters and Toto, they're walking into to go to see Oz, right? The first time they walk over there. And the Wizard of Oz says something, and the lion jumps up and goes, "Whoa!" and he runs away. And then it cuts the scene, and you see him jump out the window. So the question I have is, first, why would he jump out a window? Second, how high was that window? Was it like a 6-story window? Because it looked big, you look at the Emerald City, it looks huge.
Right.
You go to see Oz, you think you would be at the tallest tower,
Yeah.
Then he runs out and jumps out a window. It
Come on.
was hilarious. That I always laugh at that part. I don't know why, I just do. I'm like, man, cats must land on their feet because he is still alive. He is still alive.
Right. That's funny.
Do you have any new Star Wars stuff you're making? Props or room building stuff?
I finished my room build. I still don't have a video out on it.
Oh, that's all right. As long as you finished it.
I did. Yeah.
Hopefully you took some pictures at least, right?
I did. Yeah. Nice. And I'll do some sort of build video on it. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Well, that's all right. What are you waiting for? Jeez, Tony, I gotta watch it. Come on.
Yeah, right.
I want to watch it.
It's got a lot going on in my personal life. It's taking a lot
who
of time.
doesn't, right? Who doesn't?
Hmm.
So I was out working on a ramp and a deck for a church. I'm repainting it. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's been fun so far. It's almost done. I just got to tape up some spots and make some nice straight lines, when you paint. So.
Nice.
Yeah. That's all I got left. I did all the scraping of the old paint, sanding it down, pressure washing it, sanding it again. Make it nice, prep it for new paint. So, yeah, it's fun. I like working with my hands. Yeah.
Me too.
I think that's a man thing, right? Men work with their hands a lot.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I know it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, me too. It's sad I can't find jobs like this all the time, but it's okay. To keep the money coming,
Uh-huh.
I guess if I had my own business, I could probably do that, but yeah.
My dad ran his own handyman business for 15, 20 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. So you went out and Helped people around, huh? That's cool.
He'd do everything from building one piece of furniture to redoing a whole room or a section of the house. He knew how to do
Okay.
everything. So he, do the plumbing, he'd do the electricity, he'd do the carpentry work.
Nice.
Pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you're a jack of all trades, you can do it, right?
Yep.
And he was probably self-taught too, wasn't he?
He was. Yeah.
Yeah. That's about how most handymen do things.
Mm-hmm.
They teach themselves so that they don't have to pay so much money when something goes wrong, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I kind of followed in his footsteps because I taught myself how to do all this.
Right. There you go. That's it. You kind of did. You figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
Now you live in a spaceship in your
That's
basement.
right.
That's funny. I love it. Spaceship. Remember the movie Lego, right? The little guy. Have you
I
seen
didn't
that
see
movie?
that.
Oh, you haven't seen the movie Lego? Oh, okay, never mind. It's funny. You should watch it. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think it's streaming on something. It's probably
I'm
free
sure
somewhere.
it is. I'm sure it is. Yeah.
um, yeah. What other new movies are out there besides the ones? Oh, Beetlejuice is coming up.
Oh, right.
Next month. I want to see that one. I'm kind of excited to see that one.
I am too. I saw an interview with Michael Keaton, and he was talking about it. It took him several years to finally agree to do it once he saw a script that he felt was worthy. He wanted to do it right and
Mm-hmm.
not just to do it. He wanted the story to be good and all of that.
Yeah.
That movie was pretty freaky. I remember
That was a weird movie. Well, what's a Tim Burton movie, isn't it?
Yeah, he's
So,
everything he does is strange.
yeah, everything he does is weird. So, yeah.
Yeah, the
But
first one in
it'll be fun.
'88.
Yeah. It was a fun movie, the first one. It was weird, quirky, and fun and
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Every time he shrunk the other guy's head there, always made me laugh. Oh, that's so funny. Small head on a
Freaked
big
me out.
body. Did it?
Of course, since 1988, this new one, I expect and the trailer kind of confirms it. All the special effects look so much better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, and I think some of the same actors are in it besides Mike Keaton.
Yep.
I think a couple of the same actors are in it.
Yeah, Winona Ryder. Was William Dafoe in the first one?
Oh, I don't know. Don't remember William Dafoe. Oh, maybe. I guess I'll have to look. Wasn't going to, but I will. Beetlejuice, 84, 88. And Beetlejuice. It's funny, the name of it is Beetlejuice.
Right. Yeah.
Alec Baldwin, Jeffrey Jones, Winona Ryder, Greena Davis. Let's see. Jenna Ortega is in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Monica Bellucci's in this one. I don't see everybody.
Danny DeVito's in it. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, he's in it. Oh, you got no Alec Baldwin's not in this one. What's going on with Alec Baldwin?
I don't know.
I guess Alec Baldwin doesn't get too many movies anymore, does he? After shooting the camera guy.
Of course, I don't see that many movies either, so it's not.
Right. No, not really. Okay, so the only two people in this one. Yeah, the only two people is Winona Ryder and Michael Keaton.
Okay.
You would think they would have had Gina Davis in here too, still, but
yeah, I don't know.
The mom there or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Huh. Okay, so Jenna Ortega is another. Must be the sister of the other girl. I'm kind of interested. I want to see who William Dafoe plays because he's an interesting actor.
Yeah.
And Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito is funny. I mean, obviously these guys are not, you know. So yeah, it would be fun to see. Sure.
Catherine O'Hara is in both of them.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh yeah, she is. Okay, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I don't know why Gina Davis is not in the new one. Maybe they couldn't get them. They were busy with other stuff.
Right. Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing that one.
Yeah. So, you know, there's been talk about a Last Ronin movie. That would be like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
I did see something about that.
I want to see. I want to. I guess it's going to come out in 2026. That's what they're saying. Paramount Pictures officially revealed that a new live-action TMNT movie based on the comic books of The Last Ronin is on the way.
All right.
Nice. That will be fun.
Yeah, you're a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not like huge. Just like, you know, I'm kind of like same with Star Wars and Ghostbusters. I'm not like the hugest fan, but I'm kind of in there, you know. I'm in there.
What's your favorite movie or movie franchise?
My absolute favorite movie would have to be Braveheart.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite movie of all time. It's like if I were to do like, I can go back and watch Braveheart like over and over again, even now, you know. because I can. It's like one of those movies that I can always go back to. Sometimes when I go back to other movies, it gets boring, but
Right.
that one never does for me. I don't know if it's because it's mixed with history and entertainment,
Yeah.
Maybe it's the time period thing. It's kind of like Gladiator. I like that movie too, like the history of it.
The
And it
Patriot.
came out at the Patriot. Yeah, that's a good movie with Mel Gibson, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that movie's a good movie. I like the old stuff. I've always been into like kind of like that old history, Roman time, colonial time, you know, even the Celtic stuff. I've always liked stuff like that. I don't know why. Just one of my.
Because it's attached to like real history, even though it may not be
Yeah.
exactly accurate, right? It still gets connecting you back to actual history, things that have happened.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I just like, and then obviously when you talk about history and stuff, you always got to think to yourself, history repeats itself, right? It's always repeating, or so if you don't want to make the same mistakes again, you don't, you kind of have to go back and see how other people did things,
Right.
so that you don't redo them. So I think that has something to do with it. I think my grandfather had something to do with it because he always talked about the Roman times, and how things were better back in the old days than nowadays, Everything was simpler back then. In a way, it was, like 1776,
Oh,
like
obviously,
the Patriot, Yeah.
Yeah.
People were more free to be able to just go out and, even if, you know, even though there's a little bit of government, it wasn't like government was controlling anything, You could make your own, let's say, you didn't really make money, I guess. You traded. You did work to trade, like whatever you had with someone else that can do another trade better than you, and, things like that. And that always intrigued my brain, I guess, because it's like, man, it would be nice to be able to do stuff like that instead of having to work for the government, get taxed 20% of your taxes or whatever it is nowadays, and it's like you give half your money away, just to have half the money to give away again, because you got to pay bills and you got to pay, and the bills that you pay are paying taxes for the government too. So it's like actually you're giving all your money to government. It's like it's like so So I always thought it would be nicer to live in an older, in a different time period, I guess.
Gotcha. One of my all-time favorites that I could watch over and over again is Tombstone.
That's a good one too. Yeah, I love Western movies. They are great. And it's hard to find like good. Well, it's not hard to find good Western movies, but you still have those spaghetti, those Western spaghetti Western movies, from the 60s and 70s they're okay, but not all of them were good. But they would like pump them all out, a lot of them, because that's what people watched. They wanted to watch stuff like that, so that's what they watched, and that's what they pumped out.
Yeah.
But it's good to find good Western movies, like like Tombstone is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
What is that other one called? Django. Django was pretty good. It's kind of a Western era, but there's a lot of swearing and a lot of blood in it. But it's always fun to watch things like that. Now you've seen what's it? True Grit, right?
I don't know if I've seen that or not.
Okay.
Who's in it?
goodness, I don't know. The first one, John Wayne. No, the
Oh, okay.
remake is what.
Well, I
Yeah.
was thinking as you were talking about your grandfather, like my dad would, when I was growing up, would always watch the John Wayne movies and
Yeah. So
a lot of those old westerns. He really liked those, and I think that's probably part of why I, kind of enjoy them now too.
yeah, and I think and that's probably another reason why people like Star Wars. It's kind of like a western, but it's not. It's like a futuristic western from long time ago, a galaxy far away.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 2010 True Grit movie had Jeff Bridges, Haley Steinfeld, and Matt Damon were the main actors.
Okay.
Well,
I should probably watch
and
that.
Obviously,
Matt Damon's. Love him. Me and my wife will sit and. You want to talk about movies we can watch over and over again? It's the Bourne series.
Oh, those are good. Yeah,
every few years,
really good. I like.
Be like, let's watch the Bourne series again. I'm like, yeah, and then
Yeah.
those still hold up pretty well. The way they were filmed,
they do.
Man,
for sure, they do. Definitely, yeah. I mean, Matt Damon is a good actor, and I'm glad he got into like more action-y type movies because he was good at it.
Yeah.
So the True Grit movie that came out in 1969 has obviously John Wayne, Kim Darby, and Glenn Campbell as the main people. So, I mean, they're pretty much basically the kind of the same movie.
I was going to say the scenarios on IMDb are showing pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're just different actors and filmed better and maybe a little make the movie a little bit more interesting by adding some action scenes or something.
Right.
I've seen both of them. They're pretty good. They're pretty much like I said, they're pretty much the same.
So I assume that Jeff Bridges is playing the John Wayne character.
Yes. Yep. And he does a good job at it. I wish John Wayne was still alive when that movie came out, because then he could play himself again, just better, Yeah. Because he did a good job at it. Just he was John Wayne,
Right.
But Jeff Bridges did a good job as being the John Wayne for the movie there. So
I'll check that one out.
Yeah, that's a good movie too.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's another older movie. I did say we were going to talk about old movies, right?
Yeah, old and then new.
Yeah, that's right. New-ish. The old movies. Yeah, newish.
Yeah. 14 years ago. Wow.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I would love to get one of. You know how people collect those action figures and stuff, or the $300, $400 figures. Yeah. What's it? 6-to-1 scale or whatever it is. I would love to get a John Wayne one. John Wayne, Clint Eastwood. You know?
Yes. My dad loved Clint Eastwood too. He was.
Yeah. I guess when Clint Eastwood was coming into the picture, John Wayne didn't like Clint Eastwood that much, I guess.
Oh, really?
I guess, yeah. Because I saw a thing where he was talking about how John Wayne said that sheriffs and cowboys are supposed to be nice and good and wholesome, and you got Clint Eastwood who's playing him kind of like he's a dirty cop or he's a badass, and he's like and John Wayne didn't like that because he made it different,
Right.
But I like Clint Eastwood is good too. I like Clint Eastwood, John Wayne. Have you seen the movie Once Upon a Time in the West? I think that's what it's called.
No.
It's an old Western movie, and it is the way they filmed it was really good. Let me tell you who filmed it. It was the
Oh,
um,
Charles
uh,
Bronson. Yeah, he was another one. Dirty Harry.
oh
He,
right, yeah,
him and Clint Eastwood both did westerns, and then they kind of transitioned into the like cop series, like you said, kind of
yeah,
rough cops, the dirty cops, or whatever.
right, yeah, like not the normal style cops or whatever.
You call them the
Um,
anti-heroes, didn't
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was the time period of the anti-hero.
they? Hmm.
He was a hero, but not. Um, let me see who. Sergio Leone is the director, and he did
Okay.
a lot of the Western things. But this movie was like the cinematography to Once Upon a Time in the West was it's really good. Like
Hmm.
like for that time period, it was like amazing. I mean, even better than some things we watch today. Like the just the way
Really?
he shot it. Yeah,
Huh.
he shot the movie more like a poem. You know, it's like a poem. You know, it's like it's I don't know. It flows nicely, and it's like he
Hmm.
has the right angles, and he uses the shadows to show things instead of like nowadays everything's lit so bright, and you're just like, oh, we'll fix that in post,
Yeah. Me and a friend of mine were actually talking about that today because um, we were talking about the new Alien movie, and the way that the lighting is done in those movies is just makes it feel more real, right? It's not like you said, all just super bright, and then they try and fix it in post, and you just can't. I mean, it's not the same,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah. Plus,
yeah. It
back
was a
then,
different.
the Once Upon a Time in the West was in 1968.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
So yeah, he was really cutting edge back then. Of course, artists are artists. It doesn't matter what kind of tools you have. If you have that eye for
Hmm.
things to make them look, feel, flow nicely, make them
Yeah.
interesting, right? Have a compelling story, whatever. I
Hmm.
mean, there's been humans throughout entire history that have been able to do that, right? So it's just a matter of, you know, using the new technology now in a way that complements that rather than just leaning on the technology to fix everything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's funny, but it's a kind of a good segue into like the new Star Wars shows.
Yeah.
Like it's still a good story, like I said, compelling, you know, makes you interested in the characters, what's going on, what you care about them, you care about what's going to happen to them. Like all of that has nothing to do with the technology at all, right?
Right.
And that could be a
No,
western,
that's
that
true.
could be a horror movie, that could be a sci-fi movie, right? Or TV show. That's true talent, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a whole lot of people have that. I could never do it. Like I said earlier, like there's No way.
Mm.
But we can all watch something and immediately tell you, it's not, I don't get it, right? Or it's not
Yeah.
connecting to me, or nowadays people get pretty vicious sometimes, some people do, like hating on
Yeah,
the
of
actors
course.
and all of that. But the point is that they still realize, it's not very good.
Hmm. Yeah, of course. There
Yeah.
might be some good things in it, but if it's not written properly,
Right. Right.
it just won't. It just won't. It just won't be there. It's
Yeah.
tough to. Yeah, it's kind of like the acolyte there. Really
Yeah.
tough to follow. There were some good things in it, but at the
Mhm.
same time, it was just basically a mess. And you're like, man, I don't know, you know.
Yeah. And I hate it that it's, been canceled, because it set up some stuff that could be really cool if it was done right. I think
Right.
we talked about this last month, but it'd have to be somebody else, I think, writing it and directing it.
Yeah, of
Not
course.
that Headland's not a talented person. I just, something about that story missed its mark, and it's obvious because
Hmm.
of that. I mean, that's why they canceled it. It had nothing to do with the haters and Star Wars fans
Right.
being overcritical, or because I've seen a lot of that, uh,
Of course.
blaming
Yeah.
the Star Wars fans, right? Like saying things like, "We don't know what we want." Well, yeah, we do. We want a good
Yeah.
story
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
compelling. We like all those things I just said, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. And somewhat relatable. You got to have a little bit of
oh, for sure.
relation there to be able
Yeah,
to be able to get you involved in it.
yeah, emotionally.
And it seems like a lot of
Yeah,
these writers are, yeah, it seems like a lot of these writers, not just Star Wars, but like even some of the MCU and some of Disney, and just seems like everybody's just getting lazy with their writing. They don't care. They want AI to do it, or they're trying to push a narrative that nobody wants.
yeah. There's some
So
agenda
it's
that, like, I don't get it. Where
yeah,
yeah. I don't know, man. Again, it's very difficult to come up with anything new. There's nothing new under the sun, right? But
this is true. Yeah,
still, you know,
but you could come up with something better. Might be
yeah,
kind of the same story, but totally different scenario or something.
yeah.
Um,
I'm really,
may,
really excited for Andor season 2, because that
okay,
was
right,
a series to me that really had all of those elements, and it felt like every 3 episodes was a brand new movie, because they would, completely, they tied it all together real nicely, but it was,
right.
these different adventures, or whatever, if you will, right? Like stories within the story that I don't know, it was just, I can't wait. I cannot wait to see the season 2 that'll
Hmm.
pull it right into Rogue One, and that's hard to do, because, right, we already
It is
know the ending. We already know what happens to him, to Cassian,
right.
right? And a lot of the other characters too. So making that still making you want to see it is it's pretty impressive. Tony Gilroy, he's uh
Okay,
he's done a good job. If you ask me.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited about it. And so, have you seen the trailer for the Skeleton Crew?
Um, I think so. If I,
It's the 4 kids. One of them's an alien. They
oh,
get lost
okay,
in space.
yeah, I think I did see that one, and I didn't think it was that great. So I
I
think that's why I don't remember it. It's
I
like,
got Yeah. It's very kind of Goonies, E.T. feel to it. You want to talk about lighting and shadows, that very Spielberg-ish from what
right.
I've seen in it so far. So,
Well, I'll
yeah,
have to look at it again.
yeah.
I'll
If
watch
you
it.
look at it from more of a child's perspective, because it's kids are the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
You think back when you watched Goonies. I don't know how old you were when you watched it, but
Yeah, I was
I
pretty
was
young.
a kid when
I
I watched
remember
it.
Goonies.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, hopefully,
Yeah.
I'm hopeful.
Hey, you guys.
Oh, baby. Yeah, so good, so good.
Yeah. See, some of these things are just like lightning, like movies and stuff. It's like lightning in a bottle. It happens once, but you know, and like this whole Star Wars thing, they're trying to make it happen again, but they're trying to force it.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Well, see,
work.
it doesn't. It will never work. You can never manufacture that.
Yeah,
You just have
exactly.
to write a good story, and
Yeah, and see what happens. Yeah.
yeah, edit it
But I
well,
heard,
produce it
I heard
well.
not too long ago that some of the movie industry is getting money from the government so they can keep pushing narratives and stuff that people don't really care to see because that's what the government wants, and that's how they're getting paid, even though they're not making money from it.
Well, I've never
So the
heard that.
government's giving them money anyway.
Well, no
So
wonder they suck.
yeah,
They're
exactly.
just doing it for the money. And what?
80-year-old white men telling them how to make a movie that doesn't make movies.
Right.
A politician.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so but they're trying to push narratives and push agendas. But every once in a while, you don't get that. You get a good writing, or you get something that's good.
Yeah.
Like you said, Andor was good. What was it? The first 2 seasons of
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian was good.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem to be pushing too much of an agenda. But then you have some other things that did.
Well, it's almost like when the really good shows or movies come out of like left field somewhere, where somebody just got this. I've got to make this. I can see it in my mind. You know what I mean? Like, it's this idea that they just cannot let go, and they're so passionate about it that they spend all of their waking moments thinking about it, breathing it, and making it happen. And that's what happened with the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. I mean, it was very brand new. They were using the volume for the first time. It was this whole new character and a whole different, but same world, but not really connected in any way.
Right, and which was nice that they had the character, the Mandalorian, as a separate character from what has already been made. That was nice.
Yeah,
because when they tried to, like with Boba Fett, they tried to make something because Boba Fett already existed. It didn't work out. It fell flat, and it was like, ugh. Stick with making your own characters or something, making a good story.
Do the High Republic the right way, pull from some of the Legends novels and stuff. There's a lot of really good material there that you could really do something neat with.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, look at that. It's
we've talked for about an hour. Look at
right. I was nervous that we were going to be able to have anything to talk about at all. You're right. We did fine. I mean, I guess anybody even
right.
listening. I enjoy talking to you.
Yeah. That's basically it. It's like talking. Let me advertise some.
Oh, yeah,
merchandise, I guess.
Do the commercial. Yeah.
we gotta sell some stuff before we leave here.
What is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made. Oh, it's beautiful.
Still cracks me up.
Gets you every time, huh? Yeah, it's beautiful. So yes, everyone that's watching, we have merchandise. Go ahead and get some merchandise. At insidetheboothtv.com/shop. We have neck gaiters, mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, all sorts of different stuff. Especially after you leave the shop and go to the T Public store. They have a bunch of stuff in there. They got stickers and magnets, and what have you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so go ahead and
support Dan. Right.
Support the law. Yeah, support us, because next month I am going to be doing like a whole week of streaming to raise money so that we can keep StreamYard, because StreamYard is going to be, the yearly payment is coming up, and I don't want to have to pay for it myself.
Gotcha. So you're doing your own
3 years,
24-hour telethon.
There you go.
Kind of.
Yeah, there you go. Like a telethon. That's right. Yeah. It's gonna be all week. We're gonna go live once a day and just try to raise money.
Okay.
So there you go. It'll be fun. Yeah. And I'll have to bring some guests on, to help me some money.
Yeah, man.
And then obviously we'll be talking about other stuff too, but
sure,
raising money will be the main thing.
Okay.
Yeah. You can become a Patreon member, and you can become a YouTube member for as little as $1 a month. So go ahead and join, all you people out there.
Yes.
And that's it. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks. Right. Thanks, Tony, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Surprised no one else showed up, but that's okay. It happens. Yeah. And for those that are watching and are going to watch later, thanks for joining us. We hope you have a great day and a good week and a good weekend whenever you listen and watch.
Yes.
Yes. Have a good night, everybody. We will see you
Bye,
later.
Everyone.
Turn on some music and say goodbye. Where's the button? Here it is. Buttons everywhere. Goodbye. So that's fun. Thanks, Tony, for coming on.
Sure.
Appreciate you.